All right, get ready because we are diving deep into Shopify dropshipping today. You guys sent in a ton of practical guides and some seriously insightful interviews with the top dropshippers. So we're going to uncover some real gems, I think. Like how to find those hidden gem products that just fly off the shelves, why a trip to China might be like, yeah, your secret weapon. And this one kind of blew my mind. This unexpected link between winning products and car washes.
Yeah.
Intrigued. I know I am. Let's get started. So, before we jump into all the strategies and stuff, let's make sure we're all on the same page. Yeah. Can you give us the drop shipping rundown and Shopify too while we're at it?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
So dropshipping is essentially it's like a lean, mean online selling machine. So you, the entrepreneur, you don't actually touch any inventory. A supplier handles all the storage and all the shipping. You get an order, you pass it to the supplier, and boom, they ship it straight to the customer. No warehouse headaches. No packing boxes at 3 a.m. Pretty sweet deal.
Yeah, that sounds pretty appealing. So, and Shopify, how does that fit into this whole drop shipping puzzle?
Shopify is your online storefront. It's like your digital shop window. It gives you all the tools you need to build your online store, showcase your products, and manage the whole e-commerce shebang, from processing payments to handling shipping.
Okay. Makes sense. Now we've got this Ni Hao jewelry blog. It breaks down launching a Shopify dropshipping business into 6 kind of neat steps. It sounds deceptively simple, though. I have a feeling there are some hidden depths lurking beneath the surface here.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The steps themselves might seem straightforward, but the real magic and the potential for setbacks lies in those crucial details. For instance, one step mentions optimizing your Shopify account. Sounds basic, right? This covers everything from setting up streamlined payment gateways to calculating competitive shipping rates, even integrating those must-have apps that can automate tasks and boost conversions. Getting these details right can really make or break your business.
Okay, so optimizing is clearly a much bigger deal than it initially sounds. What about the step that mentions designing your dropshipping store? Does the, look of the website really matter that much?
It does, but maybe not in the way most people think. It's less about going all out with fancy graphics and more about creating a clean, professional look that just screams trustworthiness. And this is where things get interesting. Those YouTube entrepreneurs we'll be discussing, they were really adamant about building a distinct brand.
So more than just picking a snazzy website template.
Exactly. They were all about creating a unique brand identity for your products, not just selling generic items with cookie-cutter descriptions. I gave this great example. Imagine selling a sunset lamp. That's pretty generic, right? But what if you create a brand around it? Let's say Golden Hour Home, and craft a story about bringing that warm, relaxing sunset vibe into people's homes. Suddenly, it's not just a lamp, it's an experience.
Yeah, that's a great point. It's all about creating that emotional connection, right? Speaking of connection, let me ask you this. Have you ever stumbled upon a product online and thought, who on earth buys this?
Oh, absolutely. Happens all the time.
It really makes you realize that nailing that right product is everything. What nuggets of wisdom did our sources offer on that?
Both the Shopify and Neo Jewelry sources emphasized knowing your audience inside and out. What are their pain points? What keeps them up at night? What, secret desires are they harboring? Once you understand those, then you can find products that offer solutions or tap into those desires.
Can you give us a concrete example of that in action?
The YouTube video had this brilliant example. They were talking about products that address insecurities that people have about their appearance, things that make someone feel more attractive or confident. They pointed out that tapping into those deep-seated desires can be a really powerful driver for sales. Think about it. We've all seen those ads for products that promise to erase wrinkles or give you a Hollywood smile. Those play on our desire to look and feel our best.
Yeah, it's all about finding those emotional hooks, isn't it? Both sources also hammer home the need for reliable suppliers. But what does reliable really mean when it comes to dropshipping?
That's where it gets a bit tricky. You're essentially placing a huge amount of trust in a third party to handle a critical part of your business, getting the product into your customers' hands. The YouTube video actually advocated for a surprisingly bold move, visiting your suppliers in China.
Wait, going all the way to China, that sounds a bit intimidating, especially for someone just starting out.
It might sound like a huge leap, but these seasoned dropshippers were really adamant about the value of this firsthand experience. They talked about how seeing the production process in person Meeting the people behind the scenes and building those face-to-face relationships can give you a level of trust and insight that you simply can't get from like browsing websites or exchanging emails. They felt it was a real game changer, especially when it came to ensuring quality control and avoiding potential headaches down the line.
That's an interesting perspective that I hadn't considered before. But for those of us not quite ready to hop on a plane to China, the Niho Jewelry article did offer some, more accessible options, right?
Yeah, they did. They recommended popular platforms like Aliexpress, which has this massive product range, and Seilahu, which provides a directory of vetted suppliers. And of course, they highlighted Niho Jewelry as a great source for, well, jewelry and fashion accessories.
No. This next part is where I really perked up. The YouTube entrepreneurs, they were all about the power of content. What jumped out at you from their discussion?
What I found fascinating was how they linked content creation to crafting what they called irresistible offers.
Ooh, I love that phrase, irresistible offers. It sounds so compelling.
It's about going beyond just a simple product description. It's about crafting an offer that's almost impossible to refuse. Think about it. You're scrolling through your feed and you see a product that catches your eye. But then you see the offer. Buy one, get one free, or a free gift with every purchase, or even better, like a rock-solid money-back guarantee. Suddenly, that product goes from maybe to must-have.
Okay, yeah. It's about sweetening the deal and removing that element of risk. Speaking of risk, there's one big fear that always seems to come up when people talk about dropshipping: saturation. That idea that everyone's doing it and there's no room left for newcomers. What's your take on that?
It's true that dropshipping has become more competitive. But this is where mindset comes in. One of the YouTube entrepreneurs had this really thought-provoking perspective on this. They said that saturation is actually a good sign because it proves there's a market for the product. There's money to be made. Instead of seeing saturation as a roadblock, they thought as validation.
So it's not about avoiding competition altogether.
Exactly. It's about finding your unique angle, carving out your niche. You need to build a strong brand that stands out, offer exceptional customer service, and as we discussed earlier, craft those irresistible offers that your competitors aren't.
That's a really empowering way to look at it. So if these successful dropshippers could go back in time and give their younger selves one piece of advice, what would it be? What was that, golden nugget they all seem to emphasize?
One thing that came up repeatedly was the importance of investing in education and mentorship. They all stressed that learning from experienced individuals can save you from making costly mistakes and accelerate your journey.
Interesting. So they were advocating for formal business education.
Surprisingly, no. They place more value on real-world experience
Oh,
and learning for those who are actively making money in the, drop-shipping trenches.
yeah.
They felt that practical, battle-tested advice from seasoned entrepreneurs trumped theoretical knowledge from a textbook.
Yeah, that makes sense. And it actually connects to one of the most powerful points from the YouTube video, the importance of focusing on the macro. Can you break down what that means, especially for someone who's just starting out?
Focusing on the macro is all about taking a step back from the day-to-day hustle and looking at the bigger picture. It's about having a clear, long-term vision and not getting bogged down by every small setback or challenge.
So it's about having that strategic, long-term mindset.
Exactly. Think of it like navigating a ship across the ocean. You need to keep your eye on the destination, adjust your sails as needed, and weather the inevitable storms. You can't get distracted by every wave that crashes against the hull.
I love that analogy. And it's so relevant even for someone who's not, running a multi-million-dollar business yet. It's about staying focused on that big picture, even when things get tough. Okay, so we've covered some serious ground already, from the nuts and bolts of dropshipping to the more kind of nuanced strategies and even the power of mindset. But before we move on, I want to leave you with a thought to ponder. We've talked about finding those winning products, but in a market that's constantly evolving, what trends are emerging right now that could hold the keys to future dropshipping success?
That's a great question, and it really gets to the heart of what makes dropshipping such a dynamic and ever-evolving business model. You have to stay ahead of the curve, always scanning the horizon for those emerging opportunities. One thing that stood out to me from those YouTube interviews was the growing importance of personalized experiences.
So it's not enough to simply offer a product anymore. You need to make the customer feel like they're getting something truly unique.
Exactly. Consumers today, they're craving experiences, not just products. Those entrepreneurs talked about things like custom packaging, personalized notes, even creating product bundles that are tailored to specific interests. It's about making the customer feel valued, like you've put extra thought into their purchase.
It's about creating those wow moments, right, that turn a one-time buyer into a loyal fan.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And they highlighted another trend that goes hand in hand with personalization, the rise of social commerce. Platforms like TikTok are becoming e-commerce powerhouses.
So just having a polished Shopify store isn't enough anymore. You need to be present where your target audience is hanging out online.
Absolutely. They emphasize the importance of creating engaging content on platforms like TikTok and Instagram, and using those platforms to drive traffic and sales. It's about meeting your customers where they are and making them feel like they're part of a community.
Now, this next part really got me thinking. The YouTube entrepreneurs, they had some really strong opinions about mindset. They seem to believe that mindset is just as crucial as strategy.
100%. They were all about having a millionaire mindset, even if you're not a millionaire yet.
I love that. But what does it actually look like in practice? How do you cultivate that millionaire mindset?
It's about thinking big, setting audacious goals, and believing in your ability to achieve them. It's about having that unwavering confidence, even when you face setbacks. These entrepreneurs, they talked about visualizing their success, surrounding themselves with positive people, and constantly seeking knowledge and growth.
They also mentioned something about building systems, not just working in the business. Can you unpack that for us?
That's a key distinction. Building systems means creating processes that can run smoothly, even without your constant involvement. It's about automating tasks, delegating responsibilities, and ultimately building a business that works for you, not the other way around.
That sounds like the ultimate freedom. And speaking of freedom, these entrepreneurs were all about location independence. What role did dropshipping play in allowing them to travel the world?
Dropshipping was their ticket to freedom because they didn't have to physically manage inventory. They could run their businesses from anywhere with a decent internet connection. They talked about traveling to exotic locations, working from beachside cafes, living life on their own terms. It was incredibly inspiring.
Talk about a dream come true. But I imagine this level of freedom doesn't come easy. What kind of sacrifices did they have to make along the way?
They were very open about the long hours and the constant hustle, especially in the early stages of building their businesses. They talked about having to make sacrifices in their personal lives, cutting back on social events and leisure activities to focus on their goals.
It sounds like they really embraced that delayed gratification, huh? Putting in the hard work now to reap the rewards later.
Exactly. They understood that success doesn't happen overnight. It takes dedication, persistence, and a willingness to make sacrifices along the way. But they also emphasized that the rewards, both financial and personal, are absolutely worth it.
They also mentioned the importance of having a strong support system, especially when facing those kind of inevitable challenges that come with entrepreneurship. What did they have to say about building that network of support?
They stressed the importance of surrounding yourself with positive, supportive people who believe in your vision. They talked about the value of having mentors. You're those who have already walked the path you're on, and can offer guidance and support.
Did they offer any specific advice on finding those mentors or building that support system?
They recommended joining online communities, attending industry events, and just simply reaching out to people you admire. They also highlighted the importance of being a valuable member of those communities, offering your own insights and support to others.
So it's about creating those genuine connections, both online and offline, and giving back to that community.
Absolutely. And one thing that really impressed me was their emphasis on giving back. Even though they were all focused on building successful businesses, they also recognized the importance of using their success to make a positive impact on the world.
That's inspiring. Can you give us some examples of how they were giving back?
They talked about donating to charities, supporting causes they were passionate about, and even mentoring aspiring entrepreneurs. They believe that success is not just about making money, it's about making a difference and leaving a positive mark on the world.
They also emphasized the importance of continuous learning and evolution. What specific areas did they recommend focusing on to stay ahead of the curve?
They stressed the importance of staying up to date on the latest trends in marketing, technology, and consumer behavior. They talked about attending conferences, taking online courses, and constantly seeking out new information.
So it's about having that growth mindset, always striving to learn and improve.
Exactly. They saw every challenge as an opportunity for growth, and were constantly pushing themselves to evolve and adapt to the ever-changing landscape of business.
Now, here's a question I'm sure many people are wondering. They talked about the importance of building a strong personal brand, but how does that actually translate into success in the dropshipping world?
Building a personal brand is about establishing yourself as an authority in your niche. It's about building trust with your audience, creating content that resonates with them, and connecting with them on a personal level. It's about going beyond simply selling products. It's about building relationships.
So it's not just about pushing products, it's about connecting with people authentically.
Precisely. The YouTube entrepreneurs were very adamant about authenticity, being true to yourself and your values in everything you do.
They also talked about having a clear vision for their businesses. Why is that so important?
Having a clear vision gives you a roadmap for success. It helps you stay focused on your goals, make strategic decisions, and persevere through challenges. It's about knowing where you're going and why you're going there. They stress that without a clear vision, it's easy to get sidetracked or lose motivation.
They also mentioned the importance of building a strong team. Why is that so crucial, especially as your business grows?
Building a strong team allows you to leverage the skills and expertise of others. It frees you up to focus on your strengths and delegate tasks that are outside your area of expertise. It's about surrounding yourself with talented people who share your vision and are committed to your success. They were adamant that you can't do it all alone, and that a strong team is essential for scaling your business.
They also stress the importance of having a solid financial plan. Why is that so critical, especially in the early stages of building a business?
Having a solid financial plan helps you track your income and expenses, make informed decisions about investments, and ensure your business is sustainable. It's about being financially responsible and setting yourself up for long-term success. They talked about the importance of setting a budget, tracking your cash flow, and making sure you're pricing your product strategically.
They also mentioned the importance of taking calculated risks. What did they have to say about finding that balance between playing it safe and, taking leaps of faith?
They emphasize the importance of being willing to step outside your comfort zone and try new things. They understood that risk is an inherent part of entrepreneurship. But they also stressed the importance of doing your research, mitigating risks whenever possible, and being prepared to adapt if things don't go as planned.
So it's about having that calculated courage.
Exactly. It's about not letting fear paralyze you, but also not being reckless.
They also talked about the importance of celebrating your successes, both big and small. Why is that so crucial? Especially in the, often grueling world of entrepreneurship.
Celebrating your successes helps you stay motivated, appreciate your progress, and maintain a positive mindset. It's about acknowledging your achievements and giving yourself credit for the hard work you've put in. They stress the importance of taking time to reflect on your wins, no matter how small, and to celebrate those milestones along the way.
So it's about recognizing and honoring those small victories.
Absolutely. It's those small wins that keep you going when things get tough.
They also mentioned the importance of learning from your mistakes. How did they approach those kind of inevitable setbacks and failures that come with building a business?
They saw mistakes as opportunities for learning and growth. They weren't afraid to fail. And they understood that failure is often a necessary step on the road to success. They believed in the power of resilience, bouncing back from setbacks, stronger and wiser.
So it's about embracing those failures as learning experiences.
Exactly. It's about not letting setbacks define you, but rather using them as fuel to grow and improve.
Now, this is a question I'm sure many people are wondering. What role did money play in their overall happiness and fulfillment? Did they see financial success as the ultimate measure of success?
They acknowledge that money is important. It provides freedom and security. But they stress that it's not the ultimate goal. They believe that true fulfillment comes from pursuing your passions, making a positive impact on the world, and living a life of purpose.
So it's about finding that balance between financial success and personal fulfillment.
Exactly. They emphasize the importance of defining success on your own terms, not letting societal expectations dictate your goals or values.
They also talked about the importance of staying grounded and humble. Even as they achieved significant financial success, how did they maintain that sense of perspective?
They emphasize the importance of gratitude, appreciating the opportunities they had, and recognizing that their success was not solely due to their own efforts. They also stayed connected to their roots, remembering where they came from, and using their platform to help others.
So it's about staying grounded and not letting success go to your head.
Precisely. They understood that humility and gratitude are essential for sustained success and happiness.
They also spoke very passionately about giving back to the community. What specific actions did they take to make a positive impact on the world?
They were involved in various philanthropic activities, supporting causes they cared about. mentoring aspiring entrepreneurs, and using their platform to raise awareness for important issues. They believed in the power of social responsibility, using their success to make a difference in the lives of others.
So it's about using your platform for good.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that we all have a responsibility to give back and make the world a better place.
They also mentioned the importance of maintaining a healthy work-life balance. How did they manage the demands of their businesses while still prioritizing their personal well-being?
They stress the importance of setting boundaries, scheduling time for themselves and their loved ones, and engaging in activities that brought them joy and relaxation. They understood that burnout is a real risk for entrepreneurs, and they were proactive in taking steps to prevent it.
So it's about finding that sweet spot between hustling and taking care of yourself.
Absolutely. They recognize that you can't pour from an empty cup.
They also talked about the importance of having a strong support system. What role did their families and friends play in their entrepreneurial journeys?
They acknowledged the unwavering support of their loved ones, who provided encouragement, understanding, and a safe space to share their struggles and triumphs. They recognize that having a strong support system is essential for navigating the ups and downs of entrepreneurship.
So it's about surrounding yourself with people who lift you up and believe in you.
Exactly. They understood that success is a team sport and that having a strong support system can make all the difference.
Now, here's a question for you. What common threads did you notice in their stories, despite their, diverse backgrounds and experiences? What were those unifying factors that seemed to run through all of their journeys?
One common thread was their unwavering belief in themselves and their visions. They all had that entrepreneurial spirit, that drive to create something new and make a positive impact on the world. They were all incredibly passionate about their businesses and genuinely believed in the value they were bringing to the market.
So it's not just about having a brilliant idea or a, groundbreaking product. It's about having that inner fire that fuels you through the challenges and keeps you pushing forward.
Exactly. And they all exhibited remarkable resilience, adapting to setbacks, learning from their mistakes, always seeking ways to improve. They were lifelong learners, constantly seeking knowledge, expanding their skill sets, evolving with the ever-changing landscape of business.
And it sounds like they all stress the importance of enjoying the ride, not just focusing on reaching that final destination.
Absolutely. They found fulfillment in the process of building their businesses, the challenges they overcame, the relationships they forged, the positive impact they made. They seemed to view entrepreneurship not just as a career path, but as a way of life, a journey of constant growth and discovery.
We've covered so much in this deep dive, from the nitty-gritty of setting up a Shopify store to the more kind of profound aspects of mindset, purpose, and the entrepreneurial journey. If these entrepreneurs could share just one piece of advice, the most valuable lesson they've learned along the way, what would it be? What's that golden nugget of wisdom they'd want to impart to aspiring dropshippers?
That's a tough one. They shared so much wisdom, so many insights gleaned from their experiences. But if I had to distill it down to a single powerful message, it would be this. Success is not a destination. It's a journey of continuous evolution.
I love that. It perfectly captures the spirit of these entrepreneurs. They were never complacent, always striving to learn, adapt, and grow.
Exactly. And it's such a relevant and empowering message for anyone, regardless of where you are on your entrepreneurial path. Embrace the journey, stay curious, and never stop evolving.
I think we've officially reached peak dropshipping knowledge for one day. We've gone from the nuts and bolts of launching a Shopify store to those high-level principles that separate the good from the truly exceptional.
Yeah, we explored how to unearth those winning products, navigate the complexities of the supplier landscape, craft those irresistible offers that customers can't refuse, and build a brand that truly stands out from the crowd.
We even got a glimpse into the minds of successful dropshippers, understanding their motivations, their challenges, their triumphs, the ultimate definitions of success.
It's been an incredible journey. I'm so glad we had the opportunity to share it with you.
You know what? That's exactly what dropshipping is all about. It's a journey of exploration, pushing boundaries, creating something truly unique. And the best part is, it's a journey you can embark on today. That's it for this deep dive. But remember, keep that entrepreneurial spirit burning bright. Until next time, happy dropshipping.
And they all exhibited remarkable resilience, adapting to setbacks, learning from their mistakes, always seeking ways to improve. They were lifelong learners, constantly seeking knowledge, expanding their skill sets, evolving with the ever-changing landscape of business.
And it sounds like they all stress the importance of, enjoying the ride,
Yeah.
not just focusing on reaching that final destination.
Absolutely. They found fulfillment in the process of building their businesses, the challenges they overcame, the relationships they forged, the positive impact they made. They seem to view entrepreneurship not just as a career path, but as a way of life, a journey of constant growth and discovery.
Okay, so we've covered so much in this deep dive, from like the nitty-gritty of setting up a Shopify store
Yeah.
to the more kind of profound aspects of mindset, purpose, and the entrepreneurial journey. If these entrepreneurs could share just one piece of advice, the most valuable lesson they've learned along the way, what would it be? What's that like golden nugget of wisdom they'd want to impart to aspiring dropshippers?
That's a tough one. They shared so much wisdom, so many insights gleaned from their experiences. But if I had to distill it down to a single powerful message, it would be this. Success is not a destination, it's a journey of continuous evolution.
I love that. It perfectly captures the spirit of these entrepreneurs. They were never complacent, always striving to learn, adapt, and grow.
Exactly, and it's such a relevant and empowering message for anyone, regardless of where you are on your entrepreneurial path. Embrace the journey, stay curious, and never stop evolving.
I think we've officially reached peak dropshipping knowledge for one day. We've gone from the nuts and bolts of launching a Shopify store to those like high-level principles that separate the good from the truly exceptional.
Yeah, we explored how to unearth those winning products, navigate the complexities of the supplier landscape, craft those irresistible offers that customers can't refuse, and build a brand that truly stands out from the crowd.
We even got a glimpse into the minds of successful dropshippers, understanding their motivations, their challenges, their triumphs, their ultimate definitions of success.
It's been an incredible journey. I'm so glad we had the opportunity to share it with you.
You know what? That's exactly what dropshipping is all about. It's a journey of exploration, pushing boundaries, creating something truly unique. And the best part is, it's a journey you can embark on today. That's it for this deep dive. But remember, keep that entrepreneurial spirit burning bright. Until next time, happy dropshipping.
Yeah, they were all incredibly passionate, driven, resilient, really inspiring folk.
And they all had that like unwavering commitment to, continuous learning and evolution. What did they say about staying ahead of the curve in such a like fast-paced world?
Well, they stressed staying updated on marketing trends, tech, and consumer behavior. They talked about attending conferences, taking online courses. Always be learning, basically.
So like having that growth mindset we talked about earlier.
Exactly. It's crucial for any entrepreneur, especially in dropshipping. Things change so fast.
Okay, so imagine someone's listening, totally fired up, ready to dive into dropshipping. What one key takeaway should they walk away with from all these success stories? What's that gem?
That's tough. So many good ones. But I'd say build genuine connections. That came up a lot.
Connections with like customers, suppliers, mentors.
All of the above. It's not just about transactions and dropshipping. It's about those relationships.
Makes sense because at the end of the day, it's people who make a business, right?
100%. And they all emphasize how those connections brought them not just success, but real fulfillment too.
That's really awesome to hear. It's not just about the bottom line, it's about the journey and the people.
Exactly. And that entrepreneurial spirit, you could feel it through their stories.
Definitely contagious, I've got to say. All right, so we've reached the end of our deep dive into Shopify dropshipping. We've gone from the basics to some pretty high-level stuff.
We talked about finding winning products, building your brand, the importance of content, reliable suppliers. So much good stuff.
Even got a glimpse into the minds of successful dropshippers, their strategies, their mindsets, their definitions of success. Really eye-opening.
Absolutely. And hopefully inspiring for anyone thinking about starting their own drop shipping journey.
And I've said it better myself. So to wrap things up, remember, dropshipping is a journey. It's about taking risks, learning, adapting, and most importantly, connecting with people. Keep that entrepreneurial spirit alive, and who knows, maybe one day we'll be featuring our success story. That's all for today, folks. Until next time, happy dropshipping.